and I must admit I've missed my trusty friend, our slicer and dicer, the Stanley 99E, which is our premier choice for our unboxing videos. Probably saves about 30 seconds on the unboxing. So without any further ado, I'm going to start opening this box. If you can see on the edge there, you'll immediately see it is from Burson. Now, if you don't know who Burson are, they're an Australian company that specialise making headphone amplifiers, DAC headphone amplifiers, and frankly make some of the best of those that we have heard. In here is nestling quite nicely their brand new Conductor 3. Now this replaces the version 2. As you see, I'm now finished with the slicer and dicer, so I'm under strict instructions from Grant and also to do with new health and safety regulations. I'm going to very carefully walk across and place it on the couch over there, or in fact I'll just do what I usually do and throw it. That could have ended in tears. Actually it didn't now. Grant wants to wander over and we can see that this comes beautifully double boxed. I'm going to use a little cheat that we use which to get them out there. The simplest thing to do is turn the box upside down, get that good shape. You will get nice bits of this foam flying about through the air, which actually, as you'll see later on, Grant's will give you a template how to make an aeroplane out of these, and then the best ones will win a prize in a prize draw that we will do if you send them in. We will fly test them out the car park. Now, back to what's in hand. The packaging on this is really nice actually. What I like about Burson, they do take time to get the retail packaging absolutely bang on. I'll quickly tell you some of the key features on this. This will do DSD 512. Now, not every DAC can do that. If you do your research, you will see that many only do DSD up to even 64. It uniquely has two Sabre 9038Q2 DAC chips in it. It also has 5 high current power supplies included. Now what that means in actual fact is that every aspect of this DAC has its own power supply. Left analog channel, right analog channel, chipset, display, so there is no potential crosstalk from any of those components, and that's quite key to getting a really great sound. From past experience with the Burson products, the build quality is sensational, and this will be no exception to that rule, I'm absolutely certain. This is the first time these have landed in the UK, and wow, the build on this is really good. This casework, as you can see, it is designed to add additional cooling to the DAC. It's 5 times cooler than the old one, and this is one of the things I love about Burson products. If Grant can you lean over and just rotate that, Grant? Do you want to have a little rotation of the Burson knob? Yeah, Grant's quite impressed. He's nodding his head. As you probably recognise by now, Grant actually is incapable of talking. He makes the occasional grunt noise, we chuck him bits of food now and again, which he seems quite happy with. There's a bone out in the car park that actually was Grant's. He's been chasing it around all morning, quite happy. Anyway, so this is brand new from Burson. It has got 2 analog inputs on the back as well as digital inputs. You can see we've got a Toslink input there and RCA SPDIF input there too. It has got USB connection. So if you're using a standard USB-A, you'll need an adapter to connect it there, but it works perfectly. The LED display is kind of a soft display, it's really nice. If you look online, you will see that there too. This is a very powerful headphone amplifier as well, never mind its DAC capabilities, and what we are going to do is put it through a fully test its DAC capability shortly. It will drive any headphone that you can think of. Burson headphone amplifiers have this reputation that there is nothing they can't drive, and as I said, this will be no exception at all. It's also, you'll see an antenna on the back there, it's also Bluetooth 5.0, which is the maximum data transfer rate you can have for Bluetooth currently. So you'll be able to stream straight from anything you have, you know, any smartphone, tablet, and so if you're streaming, say, Tidal at better than CD quality, you can actually send it straight via Bluetooth. You don't actually have a wired connection, and you will get better than CD quality from this amazing DAC headphone amplifier. I have to say, I personally love the styling of it. I think Burson have absolutely nailed it with this design. The build quality, honestly, it feels absolutely incredible. You can't experience that until we invent, obviously scratch and sniff was invented. With Grant around, that's probably not a good idea, but if we can get something that can give you the same tactile feel that this has, you could then fully appreciate just how good it is. So kudos to Burson for getting that absolutely right. We have a special offer, an introductory offer on these. Grant will flash up the current UK retail price. For the first 4 orders, you'll be able to own one of these for £1,599, which is incredible value for money, especially when you consider what else is in the marketplace at that sort of price point. The full spec will be in a link that will also be in this video, so you can have a look and see that for yourself. And of course, you'll have the option to part exchange. There is also interest-free finance available over 12 months. Again, terms and conditions apply to that one, so please check with us prior to that too. Anyway, we're going to quickly connect this up, have a quick listen straight from Cold, and we'll give you some very quick feedback on our initial thoughts. It also comes with a unique set of op amps, so you can actually change the sonic characteristics of this DAC by switching in the spare set of op amps that Burson supply with each one of these, which again is unique. I don't know any other DAC or headphone manufacturer that gives you this facility. And if you look at the Burson website, it'll actually detail precisely what these do. One other quick thing while I remember, for the power supplies internally, Burson have changed the frequency from 50 Hz to 170 kilohertz, which takes it above human hearing, which again means that they're considering every single aspect of the DAC design that can have an impact on the sound that you hear. Very impressive. Again means you don't have to buy an adapter. The first part of the video, we hadn't got the box open, so we're finding this out at the same time as you are. Obviously, if you want a higher spec cable, then there are cables that we can supply that are custom made with USB A to C. Anyway. Disconnecting up the analog connections at the back here. So there's 2 different outputs, there's a fixed output and a variable output. It's a pure analog stage, so it's not using digital attenuation to give you like a pseudo volume control that a lot of these DACs do. So you can run this straight into a power amp if you wish. You can also run it straight into a pair of active loudspeakers, which again gives you that added flexibility. I'm using the fixed output here, so we're running it straight into the Cyrus DAC Pre here, but again it's on analog input. So I'm using the Cyrus Stream X as the source, and we'll just very quickly power this up. I'll go and grab my phone and use M-Connect to control the source. To select input and output is really simple. The button here, which shows the signal coming in, you just press that button. We've selected here the coaxial input. Obviously we've got the USB input as well, and it's also got Bluetooth as we said, and your analogs 1 and analog 2. That's your optical toslink. The output, we've got it selected for fixed output, which is where we've got the RCA connections on the rear. You've also got variable output. Again, you'd have to have your RCA connections on that output on the rear. We've also got headphone output, so again if you switch to headphone it kills the output to either of these, which means you're not driving the rest of your system, which is exactly what you want. There's a lot of protective cover on the display in case you wonder what this little green square is. I can pull that off, but I'm going to leave it on just now. Initial listening impressions. One little other feature, you can actually have this up on its end. If I push that button there, you'll see it changes the display to a vertical display. So in theory, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to pull into the cables out the back, but you can have this standing vertical, which means you can hang your headphones over it, which is kind of a cool little feature. It doubles up as a headphone stand, and I like the fact that Burson have included that. Initial listening impressions are actually really, really good. In fact, I'm exceptionally impressed. Straight out of the box, playing a track that I've probably heard hundreds of times, and given the unit is not even fully warmed up, I was very impressed by things like the separation in the soundstage. There's a lot of space around instruments and vocals that I heard straight away. I was playing this track. In fact, I recommend this track for you. If you, Grant can come in, this Black Crow by Angus and Julia Stone. It's off the Down the Way album. A lot of deep bass. It gets quite congested further on in the track, so if you want a good test track for your system, this is a really good one to actually have. But anyway, initial listening impressions are absolutely fantastic. We will be getting this DAC reviewed in the very near future. Grant's nodding his head because that's Grant's task, isn't it, Grant? Yeah, oh, he's looking surprised. Anyway, so I suspect, even based on my very initial listening impressions, that this is going to get a great review. As I say, I love the styling of it. It really is a thing of beauty, and there's a lot of flexibility and versatility built into this, which again sets it apart from the competition. So look out for the review. Remember the special offer that was mentioned at the start of the video, and again, we'll also give you a full 30-day money-back guarantee with this, which is easy to do on something that sounds this good. So one other thing, sign up for our newsletter. You always get special offers. The first places you'll often find things are in our newsletter or on our social media. So if you've not followed our Facebook page, please do so. We're rapidly heading towards 6,000 people that are on there. We've got nearly 6,000 follows in any case, and it's growing daily. So, you know, we try to put a lot out there that's informative, and at least you're going to find it interesting. And it's new products like this Burson that really make it worthwhile to have a look and see what we're doing. So thanks for watching today, and tune in again soon.